I say you do the intro, brother.
Okay.
OKC Pollito style, you know? So get it, brother.
He said, "What up? Okay, see? Hey,
we got Pollito in the motherfucking building, man. What is Gucci Manucci's? This is the Half Court Podcast, and it is episode 50. It took us 50 episodes to get my mans in here, man. Woo! Give it up, everybody!
Golly,
hey, brother, we are honored, like, as always, to have you in here, man. You were the first ones to tell me, hey, man, when you getting this podcast running, man? When you getting it running, man?
you're young. Both of you guys are young, and I could just see that hunger, especially when we just hang out at the house and just do some shit at the club. Like,
yeah, have them deep conversations and shit, you know? So, yeah, that to me was like, all right, man, I got to do this shit. So,
tell the people what the fuck you do, man.
Yeah.
Oh, me? I'm just a guy, man. You know me. I play records at a nightclub professionally. That's what I do. I DJ for a living, and I've been fortunate enough to do it for such a long time. I think I got started 2008-ish, around there.
So we're looking at a good 12 years?
12, 13 years, around there.
Golly, man. How's the experience been?
It's been a roller coaster. It's been a ride. It's been very good. It's got its ups. It's got its downs. You know, just different places, different events, different types of styles. I mean, you just grow within time. You grow and grow and grow, and you just get better and better and better.
So take us back 12 years ago. What got Pollito into, like, all right, I'm going to get into this DJ and, like,
what drove you to the fucking madness?
Yeah.
All right. So back in the day, I mean, shit, this years later anyway. So I think I was like 14, 15, going into the nightclub and shit. And, you know, one day, a buddy of mine, DJ Bola, he was like, just check this out.
Shout out to DJ Bola.
He rotated this shit like 2,000-3,000 people were at this event. And he was all like, boom, boom. And just seeing the way that he did that and controlled that many people. And
so it went from like dead to just lit.
Yeah. So like, I mean, it's just how they, as a DJ, you set up and you play not with the people, but you just kind of like are a puppet master, and we're gonna take you this way, and then we're gonna take you this way, and then we're gonna get you in your feelings, and then
it's different levels, different energy.
Up, you know what I mean? So it just seeing that firsthand with that amount of people, it just drove me.
It sparked like,
oh yeah,
you were like, holy shit.
Oh yeah, it was on from there, and then from there, you know, just getting opportunities and meeting different people and getting to work with different people, and then probably about, I would say, 2007, 8, I was already like 18, 19, around there. Started going to the clubs more often, and I met up with my boy DJ Muerte. Still to this day, he helps me out, he coaches me, and he just guides me with like just different little things that I need to do.
So when you had your first huge crowd, was there pressure to be like, how do I keep this crowd engaged, and how do I keep the momentum?
There's always pressure.
Every day.
Because, I mean, the way that I look at it, I don't even know if, you know, I'm going to have a job next week or whatever, you know, with all things that are going on right now. But you just got to go out there and dish it out and be like, this is my last set, and I'm going to make sure that whoever's there, no matter if it's 20 people, 40 people, 200, 2,000, you got to make sure you have fun.
Right.
Because if you don't have fun, I mean, they're not going to have fun.
Exactly.
So you just got to go, like, all the way in. Big time.
Hell yeah. So, like, when you did, that you speak and you mentioned the whole situation with COVID and shit, how were you able to adapt to that? And
man,
because that got to been like, for you, you were like probably in a corner at your crib, like, fuck, man, like.
And I was sitting at the house for like 2-3 months, bro. Like, and it was just insane. And I mean, there was no light at the end of the tunnel. You know, everybody just kept saying, oh, it's just gonna be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then it's like a month in, 2 months in, and it's just like you're having to pull out of your savings, or, you know, just to make ends meet.
Were you prepared for it?
Yeah, somewhat.
Like, you had like a little rainy day kind of thing.
And if you'd asked me that like 5-10 years ago, nah, I wouldn't have had that kind of money like that.
What did the whole situation taught you as far as like being more prepared for situations like this?
Save up, invest your money in some really good businesses or whatever you got going on at the time.
Have multiple like sources.
Coming in, not just, you know, going out all at the same time. So
hell yeah. Luckily, you know, it's been able to pick up and shit. So it's like, you know, now you're getting back on track
Oh
and
yeah,
shit.
oh yeah. Slowly but surely, it's coming back, and got new events and got new venues that I'm venturing out to as well. So I'm not just gonna be in one place because you never know what happens.
Right.
So, I mean, you always got to have those extra avenues, and it could be merchandise, it could be anything, but at least something else that's got to be coming in.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna take it back a little bit again.
All right,
to
let's
the
do
back
it.
days. So, at what point did you say I'm a DJ? I'm a DJ. This is what the fuck I'm.
I sold my dream car that I had at the time, and
Which was?
Mitsubishi 3000 GT.
3000 GT.
Yeah, old school,
Damn.
like 1995.
Yeah.
It was cool. I sold that car, and I bought my first laptop, just straight out the gate.
Yeah.
My mom was mad than a
So-
motherfucker, man. She's like, "You spent $3,000 on this?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck it. This is what it's gonna happen. This is what it's gonna do." And then my boy DJ Muerte passed me along some music, and that's how I just started, man. And just kept going and going and going, growing.
Virtual
growing,
DJ, or how'd you start?
Nah, Serato, man.
What is it?
Serato.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Nah, man. It's a DJ program that I
Okay.
use. I've been using it since day one. It's called Serato.
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 So this is what you use to this day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, that is crazy. So at what point, like, what was your regular job, and like what transition, like, did you have a regular job to begin with?
Yeah. I mean,
When was that moment when
How'd
you
you
were like,
buy the fucking Mitsubishi?
I mean,
Like,
that-
what were you doing to get money to buy that?
I've always had multiple jobs, so it just doesn't matter what it is. Back then, I was working for a cell phone company, and then I was just doing like some odd jobs and
So
stuff.
sales
around-
and
retail
shit.
retail sales and shit?
retail
Yep.
sales. Yeah, I did that whole path to like in my mid-20s.
Hell yeah.
And then after that, I got laid off, due to certain circumstances. We had to shut down all kinds of stores and stuff. And from there, I just went full-time DJing, like dedicated completely. Like it was
So-
a blessing in disguise that
Yeah.
I got laid off. 'cause
So at
it
that
pushed
moment,
me.
you're like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go for this.
So
'cause
did
this is what
you start passing out business cards and shit, or how was that initial
I
hustle?
was already booked at some clubs and doing that, but I mean, this just kind of like I was DJing like a Wednesday night, like a Thursday.
And this is
Friday,
why
Saturday.
you was having that job still, or
No,
'cause,
this
like,
was afterwards.
because you get laid off at your job, and now you're like, I gotta do this DJ shit now. So how do you get your foot?
How did
in
people
the door?
even know you?
Yeah. So
Well, I mean, I was already inside of clubs, but I wasn't like chicken brand or nothing like that. So I mean, I was just a kid that was just hungry. I would go, I would DJ, throw a lit ass party, and then I'd be there the next week. So I mean, I was just young little Mexican cat, hanging out and doing all these events, and surely, little by little, it just kind of all rolled in, and people just started recognizing, the whole set and just things that I would do.
So you were just really involved with the club scene,
The
and,
industry, man, I was way in there.
like right there looking at what the DJs
Oh,
were
yeah.
doing, just peeping game.
I would go and I would say hi to other DJs and do stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, but it was
So you'd be partying, but you'd be networking at the same time.
at the same time,
like,
yeah. I mean, you'd find me at a club on a Monday night, Tuesday
Yeah.
night, like if it was Friday or Saturday, and just hanging out. Hey, you know
Studying
what?
the
How can I
scene.
do this? How can I do that? What's this? And just talk to other DJs and other people within the industry.
man, that's a hustle right there too, because it's like you got
You're
to
not
make
getting
sure.
paid at that point. You're
Yeah.
basically just doing it for like, how do I get in this?
Oh yeah.
fucking-
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
In the process of you, because this can seem hard for people that wanted to do their like follow their dreams, but they have that regular 9 to 5. How are you doing it? As far as like
Like, were you just
Like, what-
practicing your mixes in the house and like
Like-
pretending there was a fucking crowd there and shit, or
Nah, man, I would something like that. My roommates and stuff back then, they would see me. I would have like my setup in my room or like in the living room, and I would just go to it. I mean, I'd be there. I'd get off at work at 5, 6, and I'd go home and
Practice
just
and-
practice and just one after another, little chirps here and little blend scratches. And,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is gonna sound better with this, and just
okay. So what makes
Perfecting it.
what makes a real DJ? What separates a DJ, real DJ, from just a motherfucker that goes up there and like plays
have
some songs,
preloaded mixes
like,
and shit.
or just plays the songs that are popping at that time or whatever, you know?
What separates a good DJ from a great one? Let's say that.
the way that you mix, the way that you blend, the way that you interact with your crowd.
Blend. It's all about the blend.
It's all about the blend, man. And think about a haircut.
Yeah.
And how you gonna do it? You're gonna
That's
go
what I'm
from
saying.
this
It's all
to
about the
this,
blend.
and then you're gonna edge it up and make it look real, real good. It's kind of like that with the DJ stuff, man. You have to know what you have, and you have to really study. I'm talking about you're sitting there and you're finding new music, you're finding new beats.
What the crowd likes and
And I mean, you get to play around and you get to just put some shit that ain't nobody ever heard here in Oklahoma, or like you drop
Like
a
if
record
you really
want to
get, you could take like just the vocals of something and then find another beat and then fucking mix it with like you could do some crazy shit.
You got to get real creative. And I mean, people that just follow kind of like the scenes, or they just kind of follow the waves that others kind of make. I mean, you'll eventually weed them out, and then they'll be like, oh, well, this guy's not the real thing. This is the real thing over here. And it comes with time, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, definitely. So at the time that you are working and you're practicing, were there times that you had to like, all right, I got to go to this club network, but I got to be at work in the morning the next day? Where there's
all the time.
All the time?
All the time.
So I guess it's passion that drives that, huh? Because it's like, it's
Big
a
time.
sacrifice that you're doing. You can be fucking, when you get off work, sitting at your crib, eating chips and shit, chilling, but like, it's that sacrifice of like doing more to get yourself out of that 9 to 5, that's going that extra mile.
Yeah.
So, would you say it's like a hustler thing to kind of be in that mentality of like,
you have to have that hustle mentality,
Right.
man. Like big time. I mean, you
You got to be a fucking savage.
You gotta just network, and you gotta play those little ass low end bars where
you don't think somebody that doesn't have the hustler mentality, that's like, I don't like my 9 to 5 job, you don't think they'll be able, like, they're not capable of getting out of that 9 to 5?
this motherfucker is a monster of an industry, bro. Like,
Yeah.
this shit will eat you up, chew you up, and like just spit you out like it ain't nothing, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
gotta have that tough skin. You gotta have that network ability. You gotta
Right.
be likable by a lot of people.
You got to be able to block out all the bullshit.
Hell yeah.
Because, bro, you know how much bullshit this motherfucker deals with on a,
On a daily,
weekly?
bro. Hey, bro, play this song. Hey, bro. Like, oh God. And then
I was that guy. One time he gave it to me too. He was like, "Okay, AV, I'm about to play that song." And he played it, and the fucking club just like shut down, kind of. I was like, "Damn!"
They'll tell me it was Mo 3.
He was like, "See what the fuck your song did." I was like, "All right, bro, do your yeah. I'll let you do your job. I'm not. I won't. Yeah, I'll grab the camera, bro."
Telling him what to do, man. Come on. But nah, fuck with Mo 3. His shit slaps. Man, how do you do it, bro? Like, how do you do because there's so many different energies going, when you're at the club and you're mixing and you see in the crowd and you're seeing people holler at you and like, it's like, how the hell do you do it?
Self-control.
Self-control.
Yeah, big time. And you got to think about it. You are the one and only person that's in that nightclub that knows what's going to come up next. So you set the mood. You set that tone.
Right.
You
already
make
know
sure
what
that
they're
You're
they
in
get
charge
to where
of-
they're going to go.
Like, basically, it's like you have guests every night. Like, and you got to keep them entertained. You got to keep it.
Think about it like a big-ass house party. And you're going to throw a house party 3 or 4 nights a week. So you got to bring it 3 or 4 nights a week. You know what I mean? You signed up for it. You might as well do it. You can't just be slacking one day, because then they're going to be like, oh, he's slacking. You
never know. Like, you never know when it's like Russell, like back in the day when Russell was going to be
Man,
in there. Or when
they would
fucking-
show up like it wasn't nothing. You know what I mean? And I would just have like 10, 15 minutes to like play some banging ass music.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, these guys are going to jump around from one to another. Or do
Right.
whatever they
And they've
needed
been to clubs everywhere. Fucking Houston and
Oh, yeah.
like the biggest places. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, shit.
You got to make sure, like,
You
hey,
gotta be, like,
leave that
on top of
impression.
your
Like,
game
shit, that
big
DJ,
time.
at least when I went to Pink, that DJ smack. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's crazy, bro. Like, that takes a lot. I feel like it's a lot going on, and you got to, like you said, self-control. Right now, you are DJing for Pink. You've been there for a minute. Man, you get a lot. Like you said, you get like NBA players. And back when there was concerts, did you get like anybody crazy like in there? Because I know Westbrook was one. Did you ever saw KD?
Bro, one time that UFC motherfucker was there, Chuck Liddell.
Yeah.
Or he was just in there like nothing.
Just hanging
chilling.
out.
He
Yeah.
came in like all hype and shit, like just
Ready to have a good
walking-
time
Yeah,
type
he was
shit.
having a good time saying what's up to everybody and
That's
shit.
dope. Yeah. Yeah, I see.
pretty cool.
That's dope.
I think excuse me. I think the coolest person that I can remember, Dave Chappelle came in the building once.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's
He
legendary.
had done
right there.
he had done a stand up at the Criterion, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Criterion, and then eventually like he just came over to Ping. It was like a Sunday night, so it was like, it wasn't that Sunday funday like it is now.
Right.
I mean, now it's 200 plus people every Sunday, but back then, I
So-
mean, we would have like 50
Even right
to
now
100
during
people.
the
Like,
whole, right, like it hasn't changed.
what do you mean,
Like during the whole, since the whole COVID stuff, it still be popping.
bro? You got the hottest DJ right now talking to you guys.
Stop it.
Trust me, baby.
Stop playing.
It's always packed. It's always
Damn.
packed. I'm very fortunate though. I mean, it's not just me. I mean, it's everybody that is included. I mean,
Right.
from ownership all the way down to like security team level people. It's all a very good energy, and it takes all of us.
Right.
All
Shout
of
out
us.
to all the security because
No,
man,
for it's a
fuck,
tough
they-
job. That's got to be
Oh,
a
yeah.
tough job
There's
right there.
always some shit popping off.
Yeah. Damn, but like, you've been now at Pink for how long now?
2013, 14, 13, I think. it was.
Man, that is crazy, bro. That is crazy. So like when you
Being in one building and having to like switch up the vibes throughout the years, that's fucking
yeah, you gotta overcome and adapt, man. But to me, it's challenging because it's like you get there, let's say what 9,
I get there about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
and then like you gotta make sure you start playing the music around that time, right?
I start,
Like
my
10.
shift always starts at 10 o'clock.
So now
Like,
you
let's
got
say-
4
let's-
hours of
Yeah, every night, 4 hours. That's what I
that
do.
you got to put music to the point where it's like if the same people come in every damn like the whole weekend, you got to make sure like
They get entertained.
yeah,
you know
and
what I
they're
mean?
like he
And they
played that
have
shit
fun.
last night. Like what?
You
How the
might-
hell?
you
How
might-
do you
The
do
thing
it?
is, I
You
think
might-
it's one of those things where like, okay, so I that was my religion going to fucking out there. So I think like you go to a club and then it's like they're not really playing the songs that like us ratchet motherfuckers want. You know what I'm saying? Like, to just keep it a buck, like man, it's cool here, but it's like it's not how we want. Like it's not lit. So by the time that we would get drunk, like to the point where we're partying, like fucking partying, it's like let's go to Pink, and we knew that Pollito would be fucking
Letting that
playing the
bitch up.
slappers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Fucking Young Dolph. He's gonna be playing
The
all
Baby
that fucking,
and-
Man, all that hot shit,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
And then, the thing about
like
it
we
is,
want to like I felt like I was in a music video a lot of times. I would fucking walk into the vibes, like it's just like you're with your boys and shit, like that's just it's crazy, bro. It's
Yeah.
it's a great experience, you know what I mean? And you got to think about it. You guys get to experience that, and you guys live here. I mean, there's people that come in from out of town.
yeah.
That come in from like these little towns. Like they might just come in here from L.A., just for a game at the Thunder, Chesapeake or whatever.
Right.
And they're like, man, who's this guy? Or what is this guy doing? Or like they've never heard stuff like that. Especially like with the videos. I'm the only video DJ that's here in the city.
Yeah, that's
That's
another
one,
good
too.
one.
That's
Because
another
like
one.
there's been so many times that I go to the club and I'm not really in the vibe to doing like socialize.
looking at-
So I'll just sit there and watch the fucking music videos, like
Yeah,
drink and watch the music videos.
I've seen them too. It's like sometimes I'll be there and I'll be like,
You're the only one-
I haven't seen that music video, and I'm like, oh shit, that shit lit, So it's
Yeah.
like,
You're
yeah.
the only one in the city that does.
Well, there's a few other ones. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't want to say I'm the only one, but I mean, like, as far as Breaktown and the main stage, and
Yeah.
have done it consistently since I started. I mean,
Yeah.
I started out as a video DJ. That's what I wanted my brand and recognition to be known. Like, I'm the video guy. Like,
So, because yours is VJ Pollito.
Exactly.
It's not DJ Pollito.
video jockey.
Okay.
I mix music videos.
And music at the same time.
At the same
Fucking
time, you know what I
savage,
mean?
bro.
Yeah, that's dope.
And runs the lights.
And run lights, and actually do it on turntables. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't get to go back there and see, but, I run off turntables in a regular mixer, man. That's all it is. Like,
Hell yeah, no, for sure, bro. You got you kind of separate yourself because you can do multiple stuff. You can, all that stuff, all those little details set the tone, set
Yeah.
the energy. So you're
And
able
you know how to do the whole audio stuff too, right? Like
Exactly.
the whole set up the speakers and
yeah, like, I mean, sometimes when we have projects like to open up new clubs or do whatever, like that's what I do. I just go in there and it'd be like a Monday or Tuesday and we'll set up and I'll have my little notebook and I'll be like, all right, I need 15 feet of this, and I
So
need
would
20
you-
feet of this.
Would you say you're an audio engineer to a certain
Not
degree?
necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, I'm not.
you gotta make sure that
what
sounds
sounds
right.
good with your mix and your what
Exactly.
your like
Yeah.
what your how you play. You're like, this is gonna sound good. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Because I'll be sitting there and I can go back to the booth and readjust. Okay, I need this volume a little bit higher, this one a little bit lower, and then I can do what I need to there. But as far as like to be an audio engineer, man, those guys are
Es un
savages.
desmadre.
Oh yeah.
Pinches
Oh yeah.
When we would go do the bands, oh my god,
Man, that
bro.
shit was a,
My
it gave me
respect, bro.
anxiety, bro.
'Cause
Like
there's chords just fucking
everywhere,
everywhere.
bro. Everywhere. Like that takes a lot, and not like making sure everything sounds right. All
When
the equipment.
Banda Recodo was here, bro, that dude right there is like, they should kiss him in the fucking cheek.
In the forehead.
In the forehead. Because, man, this dude had like wireless microphones just all labeled. They look so pretty. I was like, whoa. But it's Banda Recodo, so.
You gotta
they
make
got
sure.
that
Yeah.
They got that bag.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
that big bag though.
So let me switch it up here. It's craziness, right? 2020 has been crazy, right?
Right.
We got a new president. Now, if there's another lockdown, let's say for 6 months, is Pollito ready?
Of course.
What would be the plan for Pollito?
Do live mixing as far as like on a stage like this.
You're talking about like as far as like
A setup,
lives,
like a live setup. Or
go
do
on
some-
Facebook Live and stuff. Now, will that pay the bills though?
Somewhat.
Because that
but-
can keep you, that can keep your name going, and you can grow as a DJ and shit. But if somebody wants to hire you, they can because it's closed down. So how would Pollito? I'm talking about more of the financial side, business side. How would Pollito survive?
private parties. Big time.
Make it happen, huh?
Make it happen.
Yeah. See, like, and I don't know, man. I don't want to get into the politics, but yeah, I think
We're going to go on the shutdown again?
I'm just saying it could be a possibility. That's one of the things that Joe Biden said, but hopefully it's not the case. Hopefully he forgets because he has a little bit, he's not good here in the head, but
I don't
see.
even know about all this shit.
yeah, we'll see. It's one of his things, I just think and it goes back to what we were talking about previously. It's just more of a way you can test somebody and get the results within 15 minutes, quick. I think it's possible.
Right.
Doing what?
Getting a quick method of test.
The
Where-
faster testing.
faster results. I'll test
Results.
you, get the results within 15 minutes. I think that would be the right thing. But again, I don't know. I just do podcasts. Anyways, but yeah, brother. So you kind of talked to us about your career because you also were doing you were touching at OK Corral, DJ in there.
I wasn't DJing there.
What were you doing there?
I was doing more of the live remotes.
Live
so
remotes.
basically, like they would have a remote. I mean, if you remember back then, they would come on at like 8, 9
Oh, bro,
o'clock.
I remember this shit.
And then they would cut off at like 11. So you would hear the transmission and stuff throughout those 2-3 hours.
That's right. I remember. Okay, Corral.
Exactly, on the radio
The
station.
DJ Bola.
What I would do is I would do the kind of behind the scenes. So I would be the guy at the radio station using all the boards, making
Yeah.
sure all that's connected, everything like that. That's what I would do back then.
So that would
Right there at the little Tyler Media thing.
At the little Tyler Media, yeah.
So, what is that like? What is it called?
Tyler Media.
No, like what would you like your position that
Boards.
you were boards?
Boards.
Making
Basically,
sure.
like how you have your board like that. I mean,
So it had to do with
talking about
sound.
a board that's like this big.
It had to do with sound.
Oh yeah.
Pero esa
Oh,
madre estaba transmitiendo del OK Corral al
Correct.
radio.
Right.
Oh, to the radio.
Exactly.
So
Oh,
basically, what
shit.
what DJ Bola was playing at OK Corral, that's the mix that we would hear on the radio when you're driving and shit.
Huh.
Every time you'd have commercials or something like that, I'd be the one to plug them in and do that.
Do the commercials
behind
and
the
shit.
things. And I'd be calling them up and be like, "Hey, you guys ready? All right, let's do it. We're gonna go live. 5, 4, 3, and boom."
Ah.
Yeah.
And you did that for how long?
About 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So you've always have you always been that motherfucker organizing shit, like, because that takes a lot of organization in your brain, and then you gotta make shit happen to get the show going. So like, where'd you get that from?
I didn't look at it like that. I was just having fun, and I was young, and I was just like, I need to get my foot in the door. I need to do this. I need to get it going.
Yeah.
And that's one of the helps that I've had with that. I mean, because that introduced me to a lot of stuff that I had no idea about.
Because your brain has to be running differently to be able to do some shit like that.
Somewhat.
Yeah, hell yeah, it does.
Yeah, because you got to
You're
be
doing a lot of shit at
Yeah.
once. It's like shooting a wedding or like when we're doing video shit. I mean, you're doing a lot at once. Like it's
It's a multitasking job and shit.
See, I've
like
been
my
doing.
sister, she was a producer at Telemundo, Tyler Media for a while, and then Channel 5. So it's like not anybody can just do some shit like that.
You see, and I
gotta-
mean, I've always.
especially with live shit.
Yeah.
Like here, we're live. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
we still got post production. When this radio and like live TV is 5 o'clock and everybody's fucking watching or listening.
That's
to
pressure.
That's ooh boy.
You see,
Fuck up.
I never thought about it that way because I was just having so much fun doing
You
it.
press the wrong button and instead of fucking listening to the mix,
I'd
you're
be like,
gonna.
We'll fix it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
5 minutes in, it's like, all right.
O'Reilly. It was supposed to be fucking the DJ Bola mix. Vale,
Ah,
vale.
shit. Oh, for real. But nah, I think you never put yourself in that position of pressuring yourself because you were having fun with it, you know?
Yeah, the passion's got to be there, and you always got to drive yourself. You know what I mean? This is an industry that ain't nobody gonna push you to do better. Like,
Right, you have to do it.
You're gonna have to do it by yourself. You're gonna have to train yourself. You're gonna have to do your own things. You're gonna have to practice by yourself. There's been times where I've been in a closed up room for days, and it's just like all I'm doing is music,
Grinding. I see you always upload and share the Pollito mix. So what is that about, bro?
That's a channel that I have on SoundCloud. And basically what that is, you can go and you can listen to any kind of mixes that I have at that moment or that I've put out recently or at that time. And you could just go and listen to it for free. I mean,
So like, let's say you're throwing a little house party and then you just need some lit shit. You can go on there and
go
fucking
on there,
hit this mix,
hit
and
that play, and then that goes into the next one, then the next one, and then the next one.
It's like a preloaded of one of your mixes. Huh?
Hey,
So it's just-
motherfuckers, don't be doing that shit though, and like stealing it and going and making money with it. Like,
Yeah, and being like, oh yeah, this is my mix and shit, and then you go and you pretend like you're a DJ and all.
Hey,
you,
bro, I said DJ Bola's mix. Todos los señores de las quinceañeras se los roban, pinche madre. That sucks, bro. They take everybody. Some people still leave the DJ Bola tag on it and shit. Like,
Damn. Hey.
Fuck
It gets
it.
crazy, bro. It gets crazy.
So, talk to us about one of those moments where you were like, "Fuck, I fucked up." Because you had to have one of those, man. Couple.
All of us. Nobody's perfect, man. Nobody's perfect.
Or like what the crowd was like not feeling it, or you were trying to get them into it and they were not digging it and shit.
I think the hardest crowd to kind of play for is that Hispanic crowd. Because
You just put some Bad Bunny and that's it, bro. You got him.
That's
You
new
got 'em.
generation.
Hell
That's the
nah.
new generation,
You
bro.
got 'em.
No,
You
like
get
my
people
dad?
that are
No,
you get
no.
people.
We're talking. What generation are we talking about?
Like my dad, if you had to play some music for my dad, that'd be like you'd have to have Victor fucking, like Victor listens from Padrino. Like that's some old ass Mexican songs.
Oh, yeah.
You know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying? That's tough.
But the thing about it is, it's so culturally driven. So like, as soon as you figure out, okay, they're from this part of Mexico, they're gonna like this, and then you just start playing. You toss them one or two, and it's like, all right, they reacted.
Okay,
cool.
so I'm gonna test
boom,
you.
boom, 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 boom.
Chihuahua, two songs.
Chihuahua?
Para los de Chihuahua.
Las de norteñas, bro.
A ver, so unas.
Unos rileros.
Okay.
Big time. You gotta have your rileros. You gotta have your huracanes del norte, man. Big time. Like if you gonna
Yeah.
especially play for them old cats, even the younger cats now, they
Yeah.
still dig all that music. I mean, they're legendary guys that have been doing it for 20, 30 years now. Like, yeah.
Aguascalientes people.
Oh, some banda, bro. You gotta have some banda. Some banda, some zapateado, some guapangos. Like, yeah, you gotta have all that shit lined up.
Guadalajara.
Ooh. That's gonna kind of be like some more kind of narco kind of style music.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, at least a few
So
of
los de
friends
Gua-
that I
los
have.
de
Yeah, that's what they
Guadalajara son rowdy
listen to.
motherfuckers, huh? Hey, shout out to all the Tlacuitapa motherfuckers out there. They be out there beating motherfuckers up, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Them is them uncles that are fighting outside the party and shit.
Yeah. So,
that
What was-
was good though. That was fun, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
what was my question though? I
I
forgot.
don't know, man. You're not listening to your own show?
Hey man.
What did I ask you, Pollito?
Darwin's getting that Bucanas here right now, man.
Nah,
Hey.
nah, I'm chilling. What? I think it had to do with
My guy's a little
Please.
zoned out today. He even brought the shades and
I
shit.
know he's
I'm
on
just trying to be like
superstar
Roy.
status today, bro.
I'm just trying to be like Roy, man. That's
It was inspired by the Brody.
Yeah, it was inspired by the Brody, man. And shout out to Roy, man.
Talk about medio tiempo, man. Medio tiempo. That
Ooh,
was a
man.
that was a stage of Oklahoma where the righteousness was crazy.
It was a fun place, man. I
Man,
went
it
a couple
was.
of times, and it was like, damn, why did
It was both. It was like you could eat and
have
shit,
fun.
and then it got lit.
And yeah, it got lit. Like you knew you were pulling
But
up.
what happened to it?
I did.
Well, first, let's talk about the experience with it, and then we'll talk about what happened to it. 'cause
the experience with it, I got to learn a lot about my culture, music, and I got to learn a lot about what people like and what they don't like.
Porque era mayoría Mexico, like.
Oh yeah. So like, I had music, and and I had some stuff, but when you get to specific places that are gonna just be playing that género, you either have that substituted with something else, or you're gonna have to innovate with it right at that spot. Like, okay, boom, I got 20, 30 young kids. They don't want to listen to this. They're gonna listen to this, and then from there you just switch it right back. You gotta keep both of them entertained. It's kind of like playing ping pong. Like,
Yeah.
boom, there's
Back
that
and
one,
forth.
and then there's that one, and you're going to get it back and forth. So,
Man, going back to that, man, is just that place was such a good time, and like it was just a spot for you to, like, if he was mentioned, you go and eat. I would watch like NBA games when they were in the playoffs and have a fucking great time. Why did that place just vanished?
I couldn't comment on that.
Management, maybe.
I did 3 years with them, and then after that, I ended up getting one of the exclusive deals that I had downtown, and I eventually, gave my resignation with them, and then they brought in somebody else, and I don't know what happened there, or if it was just wrong timing or whatnot. But
The crazy thing is that at least the way I see it from outside is like you had set a type of vibe at medio tiempo. So downtown, you kind of brought that, but added something else to it. So that's why the crowd, I feel like they follow you everywhere. Like the medio tiempo crowd is the fucking pink crowd. Like it's
well, you got to think about it. Everybody was so young back then too. So like now they're in their mid-20s, kind of like you guys are, and they're ready to go party and they're ready to go do things. So which one was the most fun at what time that you had? And you bring back that medio tiempo crowd and that entertainment, that same vibe. Every time you walk into Pink, you're gonna get it. You know what I mean? It might not be Hispanic stuff, but you're gonna get lit. You're gonna get fucked up, and you're gonna have a good time. And you might not even remember.
It's gonna flow.
You might have to delete some Snapchats or some shit. You know,
when you wake up the next day, like, shit, did I do this last night? Damn, it was lit, but hey, I ain't posting this shit.
wow.
But
nah, it was a fun time, man. It was a very fun time. Man, you can even ask Heck.
It was a movie.
It was a big movie for like 3 years, man, that I was there. And, big shout outs to all of them. And I still work with some of the guys from back then at the new place, the Boulevard.
That'll be a place that's always going to be remembered by the, it left a stamp right there.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I went couple.
It'll always be like, oh, that place where medio tiempo used to be at.
Yeah,
It's always going to be known as that spot.
fuck. Yeah, because
Unless somebody can come back and fucking name it, like bring that building to something bigger than that, but there's gonna be a tough one. Like to
It's got such a legacy already.
what's going on right there? They closed it down?
Is Cowboy still a thing as well?
I think they might even be shutting down, or they have
Man.
shut down. I don't. Unless it's Bricktown or
Right,
like
yeah.
something that I got going on, I really don't know what else is going on in the city.
So when you wake up and you don't have to go to work and stuff until very late at night, and you're gonna have a fun, like, is that like a dream? Do you feel like sometimes you're in a dream because you really don't have a regular job? You pretty much just
Get paid to party.
get paid to party. Yeah,
Somewhat. I mean, it's got to be controlled.
Right.
But I mean, the first thing.
Stop it.
The first things that I do is I get.
I got footage, motherfucker.
Hey, that's some of that exclusive shit. What did Amy say?
He got
said-
some of that exclusive.
He said, "We don't do this shit. We don't normally do this.
Oh,
I will forever have that
We don't do
video
the
right there."
politically correct shit here, Pollito. We're-
Oh shit, that is hilarious. But
Nah, I think honestly, right now, going back to that, I get to wake up and my son's there. You know what I mean? Wifey, you know, is at work doing her thing, and just being able to do that instead of actually going to work, I think that just fulfills it 100 times more. Because I'm able to do something, provide for my family, and have fun at the same time.
Yeah. You would say your work balance is good? Your work and life balance?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Because I'm pretty sure you're hustling constantly, grinding. Like, there's no days off.
Does your girl ever, like, tell you, you're fucking crazy?
I'm pretty sure she already...
Would you consider yourself a workaholic?
Yeah,
Me?
She already knew what she got herself into.
Yeah,
and
she kind of already knew what she was going to get into. But no, she's my other half, and you know, you need that person to just balance yourself out too. So,
You're having another one on the way?
Oh, most definitely.
Congrats, brother.
Most
Congrats,
definitely.
For
You know
real.
that.
A little
Hell
chicken.
A little chicken.
Otro pollito.
Hey, but the thing about it that's gonna be fun with this, we're not gonna find out if it's a boy or girl until we're like at the hospital.
Oh, God. I don't know if I can do that.
You know, we're gonna
like,
do that.
Do you have a name for both? Like a girl and a boy name?
Nah.
When did you start buying clothes? The moment you find out, all right, let's go to Walmart and Target and buy.
Shit, that's what baby showers is for, man. You know what I mean?
So you doing that baby shower after?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
No, right now we got
I can do it.
prepping. We just went the other day and bought like a little bassinet, I think it's called, little crib kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, just little by little every week, just
Yeah.
kind of just prep.
So would you say you're a workaholic?
Of course,
Yeah.
have to be,
Yeah.
because there's no off switch. So I could be at the house and I have 2-3 hours to kill. I'm gonna open up my laptop and
That's
I'm gonna be
me,
like,
bro.
Or he has,
Swear.
his
Fuck
little
this,
fucking
like-
notepad and he's writing shit and like.
you know me, I got notebooks out the ass.
Because your
like,
average person is like, I got 3 hours of freedom. Let me go watch a Netflix series or let me go fucking,
Fuck
you know.
that.
No,
Fuck
I'm opening
hell
the
no.
laptop.
Fuck you, you average fucking pussies.
You
Nah.
average Joe. Man, I do consider myself a workaholic too, and I sometimes think it kind of fucks me up sometimes because, you know, sometimes you got to take a break. Sometimes you got to, and it's a little bit hard for me sometimes to know when to stop, when to take a break, you know, because I'm always constantly thinking about the next thing, you know.
You gotta have that drive within you, though. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna push that into
Exactly.
you. And the thing about it is, you don't know who's right behind you that's ready to just like take that position or get to the next level, and they're hungry just like you was 5-10 years ago. You know what I mean, you got to maintain that grind, that work ethic, all that dedication, all of it. You got to maintain it 100%.
Yeah, for sure, because I'm trying to like just leave an impact, man. So if I die tomorrow, like what the fuck are you going to remember me for, you know? That's what I really want to, you know, the legacy I'm trying to leave behind, you know? At least with this.
If you were reincarnated into an animal, what would you want to be?
If I was reincarnated into an animal,
You could be a whatever.
I would probably
Elephant.
choose.
Anal bead.
So as far as a sea creature,
Like in the Pineapple Express, like, well, it depends on who the anal bead belongs to.
Belongs to and shit.
I would probably
no.
want to be a great white shark in the sea.
Ooh, great. Well,
Yeah, just solo dolo eating shit, you know. And as far as a land creature, that's a tough one. I would probably want to be like a badass little eagle and shit, just flying around looking and like, who the hell I'm gonna eat today type
what
shit.
about you, Pollito?
And it's always going to be Pollito, man. It's going to be a big-ass fucking rooster. Gallote chingón.
You gonna end up at Chick-fil-A, bubs.
Aye.
You gonna end up in, that's why I was like, I was like, man, I want to be a tiger, but I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be in a fucking zoo or a
I'd
fucking.
be a fucking badass horse.
You would be a horse?
Badass one. Like, this was de Antonio Aguilar de los que...
Them dancing
de los
ones,
que
like
baila. Yee.
fancy
Boy.
motherfuckers.
But having stinking sweaty ass in your fucking lawnmower and shit. Hell nah. I feel sorry for horses sometimes. I feel bad for them, man. I don't know. But
They would make a corrido about me.
so if Pollito was to be president, how would you deal with the whole situation that's going on right now,
We
man?
just throw a fucking party.
Man. I'd be
Let's
like,
celebrate.
Bring the fucking Patron,
shit's
the
gonna happen.
Modelos.
It's gonna go down. Everybody's off of work tomorrow, and then first thing as president, I'd probably be like, everybody that's got DACA, got get it. Let's get it.
Everybody's
Everybody's gonna be a citizen. Yeah.
Unless you fucking killed somebody or
Of course, man. You gotta weed out the
did some
bad
dumb
too. You know what I
fuck
mean?
shit.
Man,
If you just smoke a little weed, you know, cool.
I just hope if there is a lockdown that they kind of do it with common sense to the point where they're like, okay, we're gonna forgive rent for the amount of the lockdown bills, whatever the hell it is. Like, if you guys are forcing us to go into our house in quarantine, then hey, take care of our fucking bills.
So just like press like pause with everything.
Yeah,
pause.
Like if we're gonna go
That
on a
sounds
lockdown,
good.
I'll do more. If it has to get to the point, if you really think this is gonna be the solution,
Yeah.
then let's do it. All right, lock this motherfucker down, but make sure you take care of everybody's bill. Freeze the light bill, utilities.
Don't be fucking evicting people and shit.
Exactly.
Like,
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that hurts some shit like that.
Freeze everything, because like, yeah, all these fucking big companies got a big ass loan and got relief and shit, but what about the people?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was like, I don't know, that didn't make sense. So hopefully, you know, Biden does that shit, you know.
I'm not even supposed to be here, so I'm not even gonna speak politics.
They'll probably come for you. Don't do that. But yeah, so what is next for Pollito? Like, where do you see yourself, bruh? Like, where do you see yourself, let's say, 5 years from now?
Ownership,
Ownership of
a nightclub.
nightclub.
Yeah,
Here.
here. It's got to happen here.
You said you took a second then. Do you think, because I feel like I probably with one hand, not even one, successful clubs that keep the same name, they're very limited.
It's
Pink
rare.
is one.
It's rare.
Pink is one. I can't think of another one. They're constantly having to change the name. I don't know why. I don't know if it's an Oklahoma thing, but I go to Dallas and I'm going to the same clubs and they're lit all the time.
Right.
So, what do you think is the magic spell, the magic potion to it?
Consistency. It's got to be consistency, man. You got to.
But don't you think these clubs are consistent, but they still, like,
I mean, I don't go to other clubs, so I don't understand what happens at their establishments and get. I'm always working.
like Greystone was Greystone. Now it's a different name. I don't even know what the hell the name is. They had to change names.
Shout out to my boy DJ Kilo. His name is Saints. I think the
Saints.
name of the club now.
Oh,
So,
DJ Kilo got
yeah,
that joint
he
now?
opened that up himself.
Man, that's
Yeah.
fucking good to hear because he's been grinding for years.
Man, I've been.
And then that's dope to see that Kilo's right here, and then fucking Wayne is down the street.
Everybody's
Like,
growing, man. That's
yeah,
the
shout out
thing.
to Symphony, man, and
Yeah.
Poe and all the people over there, man.
Yeah, it's just a consistently.
So what would
growth,
you
man.
do to keep the club rolling to the point where like as Pink, like you go to OKC and somebody mentions a club, the first name they're gonna mention is Pink.
Yeah. Like I
We
said,
need hookah. We need
Hookah,
bitches.
okay.
Tons of bitches.
I would say cater
Hey, but
to.
you sounded like the drunk AV, man. Chill
Hey.
out, Bubs.
Hey, you sure you didn't take some
Oh,
of this little
God,
Bucanos
bro.
over
No,
here?
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm just naturally.
It's already natural,
Pollito
huh?
gives me that vibe. he awakens the demons.
We're gonna get out of here and go drink for a little bit
real.
after this, boys.
So what do you think is the magic potion, man, to keep, like, if Pollito were to open a club tomorrow, how can he keep it and make a stamp in the city?
I think partnering up with the right people, making the correct moves, and not as DJ Chicken no more. Like, now it's gonna be ownership Chicken, you know what I mean, or Junior and shit. Like, I gotta take off this hat and put the other one on, and still maintain that role, but just make it a little bit different. You know what I mean, and just prioritize on other things. Because I mean, I've been with all these clubs and have learned a little bit from every
How everything
single
moves
one, and
and-
how everything moves, and what you need to do to make it happen. So I think just being able to make the right moves with the right people, that'll be the 100.
Yeah,
I love that ownership because as
be in the face of the brand.
Hispanics, we need that. We need that shit. We need to start owning.
So when it comes to like your name, Pollito, is it just because you're a fan of chickens and shit?
Well, a long time ago, I think I was still like in middle school or high school. I don't even remember. I used to hang around with this guy named Big Pollo, Big Chicken. And then he got murdered. And then I always was with him, so I was the little motherfucker, and he was always the big guy. So they would always be like, Pollito, Pollito, Pollito. So that's how it
And that's how the name
started,
was born.
and it just kind of kept with it, and still here.
The Pollito Lounge. I can see something like that happening, man. Yeah. So in 5 years, you see yourself owning a club.
I would want to.
You'd want to.
I would want to. I think that's the next step. Because before it was traveling and go to a different city and be the big guy there and all that. But now it's like, I got my family here, wife's here, kids are here.
You want to build your empire in
Yeah,
the
here.
405.
A little 405, man. Oklahoma City's always been my home, and it's always treated me really good. So I just got to give back. And I think I still have a few more years within my belt that I can still entertain and do this. I mean, I'm 32 now, you know what I mean? So it's knocking on the door, you know, in my 40s and shit. And I don't know if I can still keep up 2-3 days and do the same thing. I think I would want to be more of the behind the scenes and guide somebody and teach somebody
Put some
methods.
people on and shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and just help them grow and show them correctly how to do shit.
Yeah, para que no tengan que pasar through the bullshit that you had to go through to get to where
Right.
you're.
Kind of like a mentor, going back to
Yeah, man. Mentoring.
being
is
a mentor
very
of somebody that wants
man,
to.
you can shave some time off of somebody's like journey if you just tell them like, look,
This is how the game
don't
is.
do this.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy, bro. You have one hell of a trayectoria, you know, and it's like, do you ever feel like you're a legend, bro?
Nah, man, I'm just a guy.
Why not?
Just like I keep telling people, man, I'm just a dude. Like, I'm just a guy. I love what I do, and I'm going to do it until the day I die because there's no other art passion that I can get into because this has taken so much time, effort, you know, struggle, and you just, you
So you don't think you've done some legendary shit?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I've DJ'd and stuff, but I mean, as far as like putting that stamp and doing,
Not
you know,
yet. You don't feel you don't. So that's a no.
nah, man, and I think that's what drives me still to this day. Like every single shift, like I'm not guaranteed tomorrow, so it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna do my best here and get it and make sure that whoever's there is gonna have a good time.
So other than like a dope DJ, what legacy do you want to leave?
Be a good dad. Teach my son something that he's gonna be able to remember and take to heart, and you know, just educate him on the best that I can.
Yeah. No, for sure, bro. I think you'd be a good dad, bro. You'd be a good ass dad. Cool one too.
That's somewhat, man. I still got to get the little motherfuckers in trouble too, man. But I mean, just guiding them and helping them and making sure that they have that support and that foundation. I mean, I think that's what really helps out everybody.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
a future.
Oh yeah, there's a little. Yeah, those are the little ones. Are you now that you've? How old is your son?
5. He's gonna be 6 in 2 days.
So, what are your concerns as a parent, man? Like, with this whole craziness, with also social media, that you know, the kids nowadays have to have a tablet and like access this content.
We actually limit all that stuff at the house. Like, and it might seem old school, but I mean, if little one wants to play his PlayStation or, you know, get on his tablet, he's got to clean his room. He's got to take a shower. He's got certain things that he's got to do before he can actually go do any of that. So I think maintaining that kind of helps him out too.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's because I don't know what it is. I don't know who the hell they either lost a touch, but it's like they're making it super easy for the kids to have everything they want. Like if they beg for something, here you go. But you keep it old school, which does help a lot. I feel like that's what molds them to be the man or the woman that they're gonna become, because it's like you're teaching them like you got chores to do before you can get all these good shit, you know? So it's like, yeah, that's good, bro. That's good.
Let's talk about respect a little bit, man. We had a good conversation on the way to get that little bottle. You were talking about how you've been around all kinds of shit, like
Oh man,
people offer you fucking drugs and this and that, like, but they respect the fact that you're like, nah, I'll drink.
You know, I'm just a guy, you know what I mean? And I'll drink and I'll have a good time, but I won't take it excessively, you know what I mean? And I think that's always been that key factor where, you know, you see a big dog and shit and, you know, get to go to their house and their party or whatever, and it's like, bro, I'm just hanging out like we hanging out right here, you know, and appreciate that you got all this and that kind of stuff, but I don't do none of that shit, man. And I'll sit there and I'll drink and have a good time and hang out, but that respect factor is always there.
Have you gotten to the point where you are so fucked up that you're like looking at the plates and you're like, oh shit?
You talking about Saturday? Friday?
Yeah. Have you ever gotten to that point where like, ah,
Oh,
shit,
bro.
like,
Yeah, but it's
Let me
more.
leave my shit here tonight.
Oh man, I'm so spoiled now with some of my gigs that I have, where like they have all the equipment there, and I just get to show up my little backpack and my laptop and stuff. But man, there's times where like I've fucking
'Cause that's
you're
you-
on one, you know what I
and
mean?
you got your
And-
equipment too. Then you,
maybe even 2.
and you be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. And then next thing you know, like you get off of work and it's like, all right, there's alcohol right here. Like, let's get fucked
How do you
up
deal with
or-
them hangovers, man?
T knows. T knows.
Tino.
what's that?
It's a
If you know, you
house.
know.
If you know, you know. He's a legendary guy in Oklahoma City, man. And it's basically, he's got like his little house and he serves up shrimp cocktails. Stilo like
It's a disclosed
Juarez
location,
kind of
so-
shit. Oh yeah, we can't give that
You
up.
can't give that up.
Shit, I'm already hungry. God damn.
Nah, he's got the remedy. I don't know what the fuck he puts in that shit, man.
But that brings you to life?
Oh,
It's fucking spicy, bro. Like you drink a
Yeah.
michelada and it's like you're sweating out all the fucking sins as you're drinking that. It's
Shit.
but it's hard to get though. Like if you get there on a Sunday, it's,
I call him up and I'm like,
Shit.
hey, ahí vengo, Tino. Oh,
Yeah.
sí, primo. You know how he talks and shit. So
But is it because he stays booming?
hell yeah.
that dude stays booming, bro. When I'm telling you he's got work, it could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That motherfucker's gonna be.
And then it gets to the
20,
point where
30
he can
people.
tax people, bro. I've seen people pay like double and shit just so they can get ahead of people, you know, because they're like, I want this shit now.
Yeah, like right now.
Like right now.
That is.
And it's
damn.
at a little house. Like it's like about this big, maybe. Your house, your space is more bigger than his little spot.
What do you think? Like, what do you think? Like, ¿por qué hay gente que puede hacer eso? Like, did you ever meet Lalo? The barber?
Haircut? Lalo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain motherfuckers that do shit like that. That it's like, ellos solos, you know, like that's how Lalo did it. It was just like something about him that people
passion that's in his
gravitated
work, bro.
towards.
That passion that's in his work is gonna just like como tú dices,
Work
gravitate
ethic.
people to it. You know what I mean? Because other people are gonna look at you and see you and they're like, oh nah, he's a slacker, or oh man, he does work only when he gets money or whatever. Nah,
Yeah.
these guys on it like all the time. All the time.
Aunque anden crudos.
Fucked up or
fucking-
whatever. Hell yeah. You're gonna see them
Work ethic.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
I respect that and admire that, and I do. You know, I think that's something that I admired a lot from. Shout out to Alex Salcedo, man. Prayers go up to him. Stay up, buddy. You
Big
know,
ups, man.
Yeah,
Big
for
ups,
sure,
man.
bro. I think I definitely know.
Mad respect for that
Yeah,
guy, man.
mad
Big
respect,
time.
and he's Oklahoma's champ, man, and I think he should go and keep his legacy going. You know, start camps and bring content out there.
And see, like me, I don't even know him like on a personal. Like I've never met dude, but I'm a big ass fan because I mean I've always been big fan of boxing and shit. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not
like-
a lot of people can do that type of shit, man. Like, just that's
it's
a rare breed right there.
yeah, and it's crazy because it's like his work ethic. Every time I would see that shit would pump me, motivate me, and it's like to see your dreams, your passion, like just snap, like in no time, like right in your
And
prime.
that's like, the thing is, it's crazy because he like even said it on the podcast. He was like, as an athlete, you never know when it's gonna be over, you know. So I think that's one thing that a lot of athletes like. Fuck, man, Derrick Rose, that was a sad case. That dude
Yeah,
would've
bro,
been
very
fucking great. And
that
then
motherfucker would have been the
I don't even
goat.
watch basketball, and I love watching that motherfucker. Like his old highlights.
Shit, cold, man.
Like
Yeah,
that's what you would want your NBA character to be. You know.
Yeah,
like,
for sure on the fucking 2K and shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, you know, hopefully he's doing good. You know, he keeps the legacy going with that, and
I think when you're a warrior, man, you're gonna find
Find
make
ways,
it
huh?
happen, man.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, that's just.
yeah. So, with all the stuff that you've been doing, if you had to go back 5 years from today and tell yourself something, what would it be?
Get hungrier, faster.
Get hungrier
Like,
faster.
Fuck yeah.
Did
Like,
you did you bullshit a lot?
I did a lot of the party side kind of shit, and just staying up 2-3 days and just getting it, doing that kind of shit. And I honestly think if I would have maintained a better pace and a better grind,
Man, I think now that you mentioned that, this was random too, and I was like, man, I want to have this nigga back on the podcast. I want to have Della Tapes back.
Della Tapes, shout out to
shout out to the homie. But I was just thinking,
Midtown.
Yeah, I was just thinking, and I was like, because you guys were talking about like how you guys get fucked up and shit, and he couldn't make it last time because he was scheduled, and he couldn't make it because he was fucked up. I was like, if he were to leave that shit and have more control over it, I feel like he would be a different animal.
It's not that easy, man.
I know, but I feel like he would be a different animal. Like, I feel like he would take his vision and his skills to next level. I don't know why. That random thought just came into my mind. So I want to call him out on that shit.
Damn, my nigga calling out Della Tapes right now.
Yes, and I want to get him on the podcast for that reason, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, I'll come in and sit down on that interview.
I mean, like,
Man.
the thing,
I'll
ask
come in, I'll sit
him
on
why he doesn't stop drinking.
Well, because, that goes back
It's delicious, motherfucker.
It goes back to that. Like,
Nah.
you said it. If you had to go back 5 years, be hungrier, stop the partying, the drinking. So why is it so hard?
addictive.
It's when you're within the service industry, bro, you gotta have some kind of escape. It don't matter what it is. It could be the coke, it could be the weed, it could be the pills, it could be the alcohol. You gotta have something. Because when you're in this bitch like so much and so often, and
There's so many
it's
energies
your
in
reality
there.
that you've had for so long, you need that.
So you would say is more of a little bit of escapism
Kind of.
in a way.
Because I'll sit there at the house and, I'll drink a little bit. And the next thing you know, I'm playing music and shit. And then I
Vibing
just
out.
I go and vibe out to my own shit. Like, I have my friends come over and we'll just hang out like on a Monday, Tuesday and just kick it.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing too excessive, but
Just, good conversations.
Good conversations,
Fucking,
escape your shit and everything, yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like everybody needs that little like escapism. Like, for example, like you do the weed and like some people do the alcohol, but man, I feel like sometimes when we overdo shit like that, it kind of holds us back from our potential.
Right.
That's what I feel like, maybe AV right now is going in a month and
month in a couple days.
It's like, fuck, bro, this motherfucker's been productive as fuck, man. Tell them what you got going on with that fitness thing, brother.
Oh, man, I've just been getting healthier because with this whole COVID shit, I started thinking about it and I was like, okay, what can I do? I can't see the fucking virus. There's nothing I can really do. The mask shit, I mean, it's kind of goofy. I'll wear the fucking mask if you want me to wear the mask, but I think it's kind of goofy because our eyes are still fucking exposed and all that shit. I'll wear the fucking mask though, I've just been getting healthier. So I was like 250 pounds, which was the heaviest I've been. And I was like, fuck, that shit was kind of depressing. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And it was sad, man. I was just like, because I've been fat before, but this is the fattest I've been. I was like, what the fuck? Good thing I had some muscle, so I've been losing weight. Right now I'm at like 13 pounds, 14 pounds around there. And I feel good, man. I've been lifting again and shit.
You found a little spark.
But, man, the first 2 weeks were the toughest, though. And even today, I kind of wanted to sip, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just, I understand where you're coming from. Like, whenever you're sipping, you just, like, thoughts are flowing and you're having a good time. And now I've learned to just, like, when I get the urge to do shit, I'll just be like, fuck it, I'll go to the gym. So in the gym, I'm in there kind of tweaking out too. I'm fucking listening to music and just I guess I'm using the energy in a different way now.
Right.
Like I'm in there like working out and fucking I'm like, if I used to be able to fucking take another shot, then I can do another rep. So that's kind of how I've been thinking about it. Like it's easy to fucking when people are like, oh no, we'll just stay, come on, So at the gym, I'm like, well, shit, if I used to stay to party, I can do these deadlifts. I can do
and
these
it's just
squats.
an hour and a half,
Yeah,
and
of
to
intense
compare to
just-
fucking 4, 5, 6 hours of
just
being at the homie's crib drinking and shit,
fucking
staying up.
demolishing myself.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think it's.
I guess
That's
it's
a good one.
corny, man, but it's like self-care. And then I saw too a lot of people that had been depressed and shit like that. Exercising was the first thing that brought them back. So I was like, that's the first thing I need to get in order, and then everything else will fall in place.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Changing that energy into something positive. That urge of drinking, you're
But
like,
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you know, I miss the fucking savageness too. You know, but it's like I know that is drinking has gotten me in a lot of fucked up situations. So I'm like, there's people that can control it good. You know, me, I used to be able to control it, and then it got to a point where I was
you turn into a motherfucking animal.
Yeah, let's just fucking let's get fucked up.
Yeah, let's get another bottle. And yeah, nah.
I mean, it's only Monday. You know what I mean?
Here we go.
Nah, I'm just kidding. No, keep doing your fucking work. Like I said, I didn't even know how long you were, you know, sober and stuff until I showed up today. And I seen it the other day on Dylan's podcast that you guys were talking about how you like 3 weeks, a month or something. So, man,
yeah,
keep
man, I
that
had to
shit
just
up,
fucking
dude,
make
man.
it public, so I stay on my shit. You know,
So you hold
everybody
yourself
keep it up,
accountable to it. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly. If we can get the people that are struggling the most with it, I think, like, to influence them better.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's good, man, because it's a forever battle, is what I've heard. Like sobriety is a forever thing. Like because you know how fun that shit is. So it's like you're always gonna kind of damn, like maybe I can just have like a couple, you know. And
You talk yourself into it, and
Yeah.
next thing you know, you're fucking.
next thing you know, you're
You're
at the
blacked
deja
out.
vu thing
Yeah.
at 6 a.m.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's all a process. To be honest, it's all a process, and everybody's gonna find. Hopefully, you know, they get to that point where they find.
At what age did you start drinking?
Man,
15.
15, 14, around there. I don't even remember.
Getting fucked up, or just like
Nah, just like sipping on some little shit and then eventually fucked up like probably 18, 19.
when do you remember the first time you got super shit faced, like just shit face?
I remember my first hangover. Shit. That shit was like, I was like 25, 26. We went down to Dallas and partied. Had a good time. Shout out to my moms.
It took you 26.
Shout out to your mom.
Shout out to my moms, man. We went out to Dallas and got fucking lit. It was just like on one of them off weekends, man.
Yeah.
And I was hanging out with my mom. We was having a good time. And then next thing you know, we had some mutual friends that were there. And we went to one house and went to another one. And then all of a sudden, we had no more alcohol. And in Texas, it's different. So you got to wait till like noon the next day to fucking buy some alcohol. It's not like 6 here. You know what I mean? So at one of the houses, they were like, oh, we got wine and shit, whatever. I ain't never drank wine. It's the first and last time I ever drank that shit. We drank like 4 bottles of fucking wine in
That
between
shit is
like
different.
4 or 5 people.
Oh no,
Bro, the next day, I couldn't even fucking get up. And I had a gig that night. Like,
it was disgusting.
we had to come back. Yeah, it was fucking the longest trip fucking ever. We were stopping like every 20, 30 fucking minutes. I had to throw up. And it was just bad, bro.
See, just
Bad. And I'll never drink wine ever again. Fuck that.
what kind of wine was it? Red, white?
It was like
That's-
a white wine.
That's
kinda
how I feel
shit.
about like vodka, because that I remember my first time it was that trash can punch.
Oh.
And I know they made it with fucking like that nasty vodka.
That cheap ass
Yeah,
fucking $3.99.
bro. So yeah, I just smell it and I'm like, oh no, this is
Damn, but
making me nauseous.
your first hangover was at 26?
Yeah, like 25, 26.
Shit, my
around
first
there.
one was like at 15, bro.
Oh, shit.
I went.
Es de la isla el compa.
Oh God, I just kept taking. It was a party, and I kept. It was like a birthday party with my mom and her friends and stuff, and there was these small wines. Now you mentioned one, but this one was the.
So I'm gonna stay the fuck away from
Away
wine.
from wine and
Fuck.
shit, yeah.
It's a small bottle, and it was like I don't. It wasn't a red wine, but it was like that dark color, and it was like cold. So we just started chugging, and boy, 2 hours later I was gone. Like I was in the middle of the dance floor having a good time, and I see this floor spinning, and oh God, that was such a terrible hangover. They had to take me to my house. Like I was dragging, like they had to throw me in the shower.
We were in Dallas, bro. Like, and I was supposed to drive back too, and it was not happening.
Fuck. So like, yeah, I learned my lesson on that, man. I feel like, yeah, I was too young to have that hangover, first of all, and fuck that. Like, I don't know how people do it. Like, some people, you know, have them hangovers and they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna thug this shit out. I'm gonna go to work. I lose a day. That's why I stopped doing it, because it's like, I'll get fucked up on Saturday and Sunday. If I'm off, I'm done. I lost that whole Sunday because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do shit. I feel like I have a headache. I'm dehydrated. I'm hungry. I don't want to do shit. So it's like,
Yeah, you
I'm
just
productive. So if I lose a Sunday that I know I got shit to do, I'm like, fuck. I took an L. Like, I don't want to do that shit again. So
You gotta tough that shit out sometimes, man. Big time.
fuck. Man, I don't know, bro. But yeah.
There's been some nights where it's been rough. And I'm sitting there playing records, and next thing you know, it's like I'm not even drinking no more at that point. Like, I'm just drinking some water, some lemon water or something, and just trying to get through
Trying
the
to
night.
sober up a little bit.
Nah, not even sober up. Like, you're hungover, but you're so fucking hungover that you've been.
Because sometimes you even have people, that kind of be like, hey, bro, let me get you a shot or let me get you a beer
Bro.
all the time, huh?
You know how many shots I go through a night?
Like, you're over here zoned in and shit, and the next thing you know, somebody, hey, here, bro, here.
Oh, man.
Fuck. And you can't say no to that. Like, they just spend like $8 in a fucking shot, you know?
I don't even know how much alcohol it is, to be honest.
Damn, that's gotta, yeah. So you gotta just chug that shit.
But people know what kind of drinks I like, so that's the thing. You know what I mean? And
But-
if I've had too many, I'm like, nah, fuck that. Or if I take like 3 or 4 of them all at like in a 5-10 minute span, it's like, no, I got another hour and a half to play. And
Fuck.
we still got to do this shit. And trust me, man. There's been times where like I've sent people to the store and it's like, go give me a motherfucking sandwich. Go do something
sober
like,
up.
yeah, some chips. I don't give a fuck what it is. Like, give me some tacos across the street. I don't care what it is.
You never got to the point where you're like, oh, shit.
Best food for crudas.
And it's got to be some kind of shrimp, man.
Shrimp?
Some aguachiles, some
Aguachiles.
motherfucking
That pho be hitting.
Coteles.
Oh, that, you know that little P11 thing with the
That
spring
pho
rolls.
be hitting nice with them hangovers, that's for sure, yeah.
The
Yeah.
spring rolls have shrimp in them, so we're gonna have
shit.
to. You like pho?
I'm all right with pho. I'd rather take some old school menudo or
shit.
some shit.
Yeah, I
like,
fuck with menudo,
you know
too.
what I mean?
So I guess you're.
I
not,
guess I had a
you
bad
won't be-
experience with pho once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't tell me about it because I love pho and I don't want to.
Hey, you should own a little restaurant, a little pho restaurant.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah. I think
Hey,
you should.
Chino, come on, let's we
Let's
can invest in a little thing.
Man,
Bring some culture.
so if somebody says, hey, Pollito, I wanna be like you. I wanna do what you do. How can I get in your position so when you hang up the gloves, I can take over? What would you tell them?
First and foremost,
That's a good question.
what my teacher taught me. He made me promise him, and to this day, I still keep my word. He said, I'm going to teach you everything I know. But if anybody ever asks you for the help or like how to guide them or show them something, I would never charge anybody no money. And to this day, I've never charged anybody no amount of money for me to teach them how to do some shit. If you want to learn how to do it, what the fuck I did. Like, come out to the club and just sit there.
Bro, that's
Ask
crazy that you're
questions.
saying that
Like,
because I remember one night we got faded together and you told me that shit. You were like, for some reason, bro, I fuck with you. Like, I don't just give game and go, like, just drink with fucking anybody. Like, you're basically, letting me in on how everything runs and shit. Like, you were like, like that's, and I didn't pay a fucking cent. You know what I'm saying?
who has exclusively done all my video shit?
Yeah, man. That's
Nah, I'm just asking a question.
yeah. Oh, me. Yeah.
Exactly.
And Power Visuals.
Empower, bro. I had fucking fun.
To this day.
I had fun. Like, we did a couple of those promo videos and shit.
And I mean, the
I
thing,
had fun as
like,
fuck,
shout out to my nigga Vale. He used to always be like, "Bro, that's fucking tight." He's like, the whole city they see this shit because that's where we all go. So
Exactly.
like, I was like, hell yeah, that's fucking dope, man. Like,
So
that's
what would you tell them if they come and then, like, they want to do that, like, want to be you, they want to be the next you, they want to take over?
You got to come learn. You got to come
Come
grind.
learn. So
You
that's
got-
one.
You got
you gotta go every night and fucking say what's
yeah.
up to this motherfucker. That's what I
Yeah.
would do. That's how me and him built a relationship. Every night I would come in and just like I remember seeing my glam, and that night I had a good time, and I was like, I wonder who the DJ is because I remember going to parties here or whatever. Red Handed was my favorite DJ here. And that
Shout out
night,
to Red Hand. Shout out to Red Hand.
I mean, he's fucking, yeah, shout out Red Handed. That night, though, I was like, it brought memories back from the greenhouse days. It was a glam. So I was like, man, I need to go see who the DJ is. I thought it was Red Handed because that's the motherfucker that would get the parties lit, and it was him. So ever since then, I would just fucking go say what's up to him, and we built a good relationship like that.
You got to think about how many people I see in a weekend.
A shit ton.
Like,
I bet you there's people that you don't even know who the hell they are, but you're like, what's up, bro? Because they came to you.
You have to, bro.
Yeah.
You have to. And you got to be, nice, and you got to wear the hat, and you got to be respectful and shit. I mean, there's some people that come up sideways, and they just put their fucking phone in my face, and I'm like, think I'm going to fucking pay attention to you? Like, bro, get on with that shit.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man. Come in, come around, shake my motherfucking hand. Say what's up.
See, it goes back to
what
like,
I mean? Like, just simple shit.
That's how
bro.
I feel like celebrities feel sometimes when they're like, the first thing you do is point a fucking phone on their face, like they're fucking humans. And it's like, you gotta, hey, how you doing? Like, you might get more than just a fucking picture. You might get an autograph. You might get a like, hey, let's kick it over here. You never know.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, like when you get invited to a place where it's like the big dog or something, you gotta just kind of like maneuver right, because then that could be the key to another place.
Right.
Man, I don't know how I feel about you with these shades, bud.
Why? Why?
Hey,
I don't know where you're looking.
He over here. He over here Hollywood as fuck. Yeah, he's staring over here at me sometimes, and I'm
bro.
like, man.
I'm looking at both of y'all like,
I feel like what's going on right now? Is this a drug deal or is this a podcast? What the fuck is going on?
So Roy can do it and I can't? Come on, y'all. This is just one podcast. Y'all won't die.
Hey, it's number 50th, so it's not just another motherfucking podcast. You got chicken in the motherfucking building,
bro.
man.
Did you ever think, bro, 50?
Yeah.
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 It's fucking crazy, bro. 50. That's crazy, bro. We've been able to interview almost 50 people. I say almost because we had a couple of people, regulars come in and.
When we did that video that I post online all the time and shit, that I've been hyping up the Half Court podcast. How long ago was that shit?
A year.
Which video?
That was when we did the video.
That was the 4th of July weekend, no?
Was it the Liberty shit?
That was after that Liberty shit.
Because you guys started the podcast at Sports Esso, right?
Around.
It was
around that
we
time.
We were with you at Pink that night, I think, right?
We went to Liberty, then
there.
went to Pink, and then because it was like
I remember we were gonna
to
schedule. That's the funny thing is like I remember we were gonna schedule the Half Court Podcast Reborn episode 1 at your house.
I wanted to,
and I don't know what the fuck happened after that. I feel like I don't know what happened.
I mean, that's the thing, man. We're busy, and then
everybody's always
it's chaos
busy.
going on. I'm in a barbershop. You're in a fucking club. You're at 4 or 5 Buds, Verizon. So it's a bunch of shit going on,
bro.
man.
Just to get us together, some shit like this, it takes a lot.
Yeah. So like, I remember that, man. It was.
And this motherfucker is the first one I seen that scheduled a month out, 2 months out. I think you had. I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Maybe, I know what I'm doing tomorrow, but like, this motherfucker had shit planned out for a whole month.
Yeah, you could see. You go to my house, and I'm pretty sure.
What do you use to kind of keep yourself organized, but also booked and stuff? Because that shit sometimes can be like, fuck.
Old school calendar, old school notebook. There's a big ass fucking calendar.
You didn't bring your notepad, huh? You should.
Nah, I don't have it. Or else we could have
kind of go through it. So you keep it old school, just write everything down the day of.
Nah, not the day of. I mean, you
got
like
the day, say the calendar, and like, okay, the 5th, boom, boom, I have this, like old school kind of thing.
Right.
Okay. So you say that
do that shit like a month, maybe 2 or 3 ahead of time, and just every single. I mean, you gotta know you got
jot
this
your
going
ideas and goals and shit, or like kind of give a breakdown on how you start, and then how you get to the fucking neat, organized. Okay, interview here, meeting here, because I know it's like all over the place at first.
You got to talk. You got to communicate with people, and you got to really know that it's not going to be all because of you. Like, you guys got different lives, and you guys got shit going on, too. Hey,
too much Topo Chico,
Too much. I think he loaded that shit up with some Bucanas over there.
Yeah, bro, low key.
No, I think it's... just maintaining that organization like that and being able to plan out, because it never sometimes it never goes that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Something might come up, and it's like, oh shit, you gotta
reschedule
this,
move.
you gotta do that. You know what I mean? And just staying with that communication, bro. That's all it is. Just maintaining that open line. You know what I mean? Because I know AV is hard as fuck to get a hold of sometimes, man.
I think he's hopefully he's working on it.
He's getting better at it. You know what I mean?
Hopefully we can see it. Get better. Well, I guess I'm fortunate enough to get a hold of him. Sometimes it's hard and shit.
Yeah, man. I like my privacy.
Everybody's always
hey,
got
like
shit going on,
NBA young boy say, I ain't going outside today.
Nah, it's just I think that
shit.
just being organized, man.
Yeah, I think that's key. I had to do that shit too because it was a mess. My shit was a mess. Getting better with the scheduling the guest and my regular shoots, and yeah, that shit was just a mess.
I mean, don't get me
be
wrong.
Overwhelming at times.
We have organizing planners like on our phones and shit, but if you got something that's there written down and in your handwriting, like you're gonna look at that shit every single day. You
I have
gonna
it right in
remind
front of the
yourself every single
thermostat,
day.
like right there, like the calendar with all the shit. I just put it right there.
Mm-hmm.
That way, every morning when I wake up, I see it, and I know what I got to do and how I got to execute. So that's a big one too. But the planner does too. That shit helps a lot.
Yeah,
to kind of keep you on check, organize your shit. So yeah.
What's your day like, man? Let's break it down. Tuesday.
like a Tuesday night,
Yeah, when you don't gotta go to the club and shit.
hang out with my boy, chill, make sure he gets some food, make sure that we survive before the wifey gets home and shit, make sure that the house is in order as far as like ain't shit broke here, and stuff like that. Nah, but just hang out with him. If I got some shit that I got to do, I organize it for the evening time whenever she gets there, and I'll go do my shit once she gets home and keep it like that.
So kind of like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those are the days where you kind of do your research and 'cause
Yeah.
you gotta know, like, how do you know when the trends change and shit like that? At what time do you do that part of the game?
And where's this?
I don't do
Is
none
there a
of that
website or a source where you can kind of see what's going on?
I can't give away all my secrets on this bitch. Nah,
Come on, give them all away. That way,
Nah, it's I actually still hang out with a lot of the old school DJs, bro, that I fucking grew up with. So I meet up with them probably about 1 or 2 Tuesdays a month, maybe Mondays, depends on how everybody's schedule is. But it'll just be 4 or 5 DJs just hanging out in the garage,
Kind of
throwing ideas out like, oh, you know what, I played this at the club. Oh shit, well I played this. And just having that open network like that. I mean that's really good.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
And I'm
one.
the youngest motherfucker in that bitch too. So like I see all these old cats like, damn.
So how do the old cats keep up with the trends? Like,
Just kind of like the same way that I would kind of like ask them questions and shit. They'll hit me up or like they'll see my playlist and be like, hey, this worked. Okay, well, how did, what was the crowd like? Age group, guys, girls, I mean, you break that shit down. It's like you go into a meeting, bro.
Mention 3 OGs of the DJ game right now.
Muerte. DJ Muerte, man. That guy.
That's one.
That's who I started when I started back at Mango's, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, him, you got to give a big old shout out to Red. Man. Red Hand. I mean, he just came in from New York and he just fucked this city
motherfucking
up, man.
savage.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. He's good cuts, clean, everything's good. And another one, I would have to say, he's already passed away, but DJ Martin Reno, man. He helped me out a lot, like, coming up and shit. Like, I could call this guy up and I would fucking, like, leave my, scratch pads at the house, and I just call him up and be like, hey, man, I forgot this shit. I got this extra cable. Like, please, like, help me out.
That kind of reminds me of you and Brosco that day.
Hey, I mean, it's just so many names. Brosco, Kilo.
Like that day, one of the days that somewhere, I think like
Was it Liberty?
Your fucking turntables were acting up, or his turntables were acting up.
The setup that we had that
you guys
night.
basically like just tuned, like you guys got on the same page and fixed the problem. I was like, oh hell yeah!
I think it was at Liberty. I think I saw that shit. We were there about to shoot a little movie and shit.
We was doing that at Liberty, and the equipment that we had at the moment, because I do the video shit, so it wasn't like clicking, it wasn't going through, and then eventually like we finally figured it out.
But it was time to go type shit.
Yeah, it was like fucking. We had 10 minutes. Like it was 9:50, and we're still, since 9:30 trying to figure this shit out. And then finally, like, it all clicked and boom, boom, boom. And we had a fucking amazing ass night that night, too.
It takes you about how long to zone in and get everything set up?
As soon as I put my headphones on.
So if you are scheduled to play at 9, it takes you an hour to set up your equipment and
I like
make
to
sure
have
everything-
I like to have that control to where, like, I can go down the street, say what's up to somebody, like old DJ friend, or go buy me a motherfucking sandwich, or do something, like, and have all my shit ready like half an hour before. Even though I live in Bricktown, you know what I mean? Like, you never know. Laptop could fuck up, hard drive won't answer, and you always gotta have that shit behind, like, and be ready for it.
And even though you live in Breaktown, that's still a little run from fucking Pink to your
Man,
apartment. To fucking
5 minutes, man. It ain't shit.
How long have you lived in Bricktown?
3 years? 4
3 years
I
now?
don't even remember.
How's it been, man? Fucking tell the people about that. Living, that's dope.
Man, that's one of my biggest goals that I've had for forever. I mean, we moved here in 1997, and we was living at the Will Rogers Courts on the floor, bro. Like, and to be able to successfully get to, that point in my life to where I can provide for my family and give them a good
Have a
home
little
bases
balcony and you can
shit.
look out and see the city.
I
and
mean,
shit.
you've experienced that shit. You have too. Like,
Yeah, bro. That shit was like, damn, bro. That's crazy.
Smoked some
A little
good herbs
blazy
up there.
Yeah. No, for sure, man. That's got to
the
be.
good shit.
Yeah.
Big blunts.
Right now, you're there. You've been there for 3 years. Are you having any plans to move to a specific area, buy a house, or what's the next move for Pollito?
I think buying a house is gonna be the next thing.
Yeah.
I love the downtown city feel. Kid goes to a good school too, so I mean, they have all that there. But I've been looking at places in Yukon and a little bit of Edmond, but I don't think I want to move that far.
Right. Yeah, Yukon and Edmond, those are pretty far.
They're pretty far.
Yeah, you got
especially when you're so used to, like, just being right there.
right in the heart of the city and shit. You got pretty much, you're in the middle. Like, you can go anywhere, and you're in the middle. You're probably 20 minutes away from fucking, not even 20, probably 10 minutes from the south, and maybe.
Oh, trust me, I go to the south all the time.
Yeah.
I come down here and I'll visit my mom. She still lives here, south side.
Another one of the gigs is, you said, the football thing.
Yeah, I do the soccer field.
Shout out to the soccer boys, man. What is it?
man. Las Loy.
What's the name of the organization?
Las Loy.
Las Loy?
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to the soccer boys, man. They've been putting work.
Yo, they've been there like 20, 30 years,
Yeah.
bro. Like, they've
It's lit over there,
yeah,
too.
every Sunday right there, man. It's legit.
As far as sports, I do like that about OKC. You know, they got the football that's been going for years, the basketball at Arena. Shout out to the boys over there, the Outlaws. You know,
Shout out to the braziest of the braziest.
Crazy Mike and them, man. We just want to chip, you know what I'm saying? But they've been consistent.
My guy
like-
Darwin was had some fucked up ribs for like.
Yeah, I had to take sacrifice. It comes down to sacrifice. At the end of the day, we won the chip. You know, it was worth it. You know, but we're back and running. You know, we're good. But the arenas and the basketball shit has also been running for years, and I think that's dope because at the end of the day, they have like a community. You know, you guys build that community and shit, and it's like that's dope. Like, that's dope.
You've seen Oklahoma go from fucking nothing basically to what it is now, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You've seen the whole transition.
Everything.
You've been here your whole life?
Nah, we moved here in 97.
Well, the thing is that Oklahoma has evolved so. Even 5 years ago, it was still $15 fades and shit. Like, what the fuck? I think 5 years ago, 6 years ago, haircut prices have been fucking.
Get your shit
crazy.
right.
Yeah, I mean, it was, bro. It's crazy. Like, shit has been changing a lot. There wasn't even a whole lot of barbers. Like, it was crazy.
No, it's growing. The city's
I mean,
growing.
with the DJs, how many DJs is there? There's really not even a whole lot of DJs.
Man, I don't even
here.
know, bro. I don't even know. I communicate with a few
It's like
of
a
them.
handful. There's not a lot. I know that.
Yeah, there's not that many. But like I said, I communicate with a few of them, and I'm cool with a few of them. But most of the guys are probably like me. Like, they've been in the game 8, 9, 10, 11 years or whatever it is. Because to get that respect from those guys takes a lot.
Hell yeah.
Takes a
No,
lot.
for sure, man.
At what point is the DJ's career over? Like, on the behind the turntables?
I have no idea, and I don't plan on being there anytime soon. I think I want to put up my headphones and put them away whenever I'm ready to do that.
Right. I think it's all how old you feel. Like I feel like if, man, I would be amazed and surprised if I see like a 60 or 50-year-old spinning some plates and being lit. Like that shit to me would be like, whoa, I fucks with that. It's different, you know? Like I've been seeing videos of like, there's this fucking 60-year-old guy that does gaming and he streams it and he's lit, bro. He's good at it. It's like a lot of fucking old people look at him, man, this motherfucker's old, but not to him. He doesn't feel old to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's all mentality, you know? It's all like whenever you want. If you want to fucking hang the gloves up and put the headphones up at 60, then do it. Why not? You know? It's all mentality at the end of the day. Who's telling you you're too old to fucking keep doing this shit? You feel me? It's all that.
Exactly.
Right. That's all. So that's it, you know?
I was just asking, like, you know how NBA players have a certain...
but NBA
Man,
players...
they're making millions of dollars.
Right, and then they retire because their body can't handle it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, you know how much fucking liquor this nigga drinks? Dude, that's fucking some punishment to your body,
my
too.
grandpa to this day fucking drinks hardcore liquor.
Your grandpa's fucked
He's been
up.
to the fucking war. To the Vietnam War. He's a little cuckoo in the brain.
A little, nigga.
A little cuckoo in the brain, but he's solid as a rock, bro. He doesn't have any fucking medical complications.
Okay, I guess my fucking question was like, what's the oldest DJ you've seen?
I mean, there's still some DJs that are in their 50s that are still rocking
Exactly.
shit. You know what I mean? And some of those guys are the ones that are going to teach all the younger guys, like, hey, don't do this. Mix like this. You know, grab that. You know, do different shit.
I guess, I think the bottom line, in my opinion, I don't know, you can kind of correct me if I'm wrong, is like, you said that. There's no, all right, at 35, you got to retire from DJing. There's no restriction on that.
Nah,
it's more of like,
nah.
you decide based on how...
You have to have that passion still. Because if you don't have that passion,
Yeah.
you're just there for a check, you're already fucking
You're
up.
losing. You're going to lose.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure, yeah. No, I definitely agree with that, man. But we've been in here for an hour and 30.
Hour
So-
and 30 already?
Already. And my thing is, like, we can keep going, but that's kind of like the sweet spot as far as my computer goes, because as soon as, like, we did one for 2 hours and a half yesterday, and fuck, my computer was struggling just to import the shit and everything. So that's the sweet pot I want to give it. If you guys want to touch up on any topics.
Somebody wants to sponsor us with a new fucking computer, that'd be great.
Thanks, AV, man. You should be behind the marketing, bro. You fucking great at it, bro. But if anything else you want to say, bro? Anything you want to add?
Nah, I just thank you guys for the opportunity and being patient, and, you know, we're going to get it.
Hell yeah.
I would say let's do the 100th at my house, the way we were supposed to do the original one.
Yeah.
And get the
hell yeah.
balcony shot and do the whole fucking thing. I think that would be dope.
Yeah, we'll make it happen, bro, for sure. AV, anything else, brother?
Man, thanks for all your work in the city, man. Thanks for fucking keeping the party alive, even though
Real
right now
stuff.
it's tough times.
Exactly.
And yeah, man, shout out to everybody in the service industry, because I know you guys are fucking...
Yeah, it's rough out there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Once again, brother, thank you very much for coming in. Thank you very much for supporting us from the get-go, sharing our shit, commenting, bro. That shit goes, to me, it goes a long way, and it really doesn't take much to do, but you're there constantly, like...
Hey, you know me. I've been
He's
a
been
fan
marketing
since-
me, like he markets me
Yeah.
more than I market myself.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
fucking-
So that right there is big, bro. And keep doing your thing, man. We are on to big things. So yeah, episode 100. Who knows, man? We gonna be fucking on top of the Devon Tower type shit. You feel me? So
Whatever you guys need. I did the 50th. I'll do the 100th.
hell yeah.
And then if anybody wants to follow me on any kind of
yes,
social
yes.
media,
Mention that, by the way, before we wrap this up, man.
Oh,
it'll
that.
be at VJ Pollito, just the way it's spelled out. right
On
here.
Instagram,
Instagram,
Facebook.
Facebook.
Remember the
Snap.
SoundCloud? If
All
you guys
that,
want to get
SoundCloud.
lit, he has mixes for the days on
Free
there.
mixes.
Are you on
too,
TikTok?
It used to be, but not anymore.
Man, I feel like it's so hard to get used to, huh?
I
It's
tried it,
but-
and it did not work for me.
Boy,
Like,
if you keep in mind, like, the algorithm on TikTok is so crazy that you can get noticed. Like, it's just crazy. Like, there's that For You page that pretty much people don't have to be following you. It's just something that the algorithm says, oh, these people like music shit. So I'm going to throw them there. That's how I've been seeing the Half Court podcast. I started recently just taking clips of the podcast and posting them there. And especially if there's a good topic. And it's been averaging not crazy views, 150, 200, but that's, say, saw it.
Right.
I think that's the main goal. And it's just, that's what I've been focusing on. So I feel like if you're able to get the swing of the app and you kind of figure it out and study it, that's a big opportunity there. Because on Instagram, your followers see what you post.
Right.
But on TikTok, it's everybody. Anybody. So keep that in mind. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you very much for tuning in. Episode 50 is in the books, a legendary one, another one. Thank you to VJ Pollito. You know what I'm saying? Boom. We out here.
Damn.
Episode 50. Peace.